In my secondary school, I joined, or I was in a school band, and one of our members had a EMU sampler, and we started using Atari and an old version of Cubase to sequence things with that sampler and integrated that into our sort of band sound. Now my studio setup is quite adventurous. Basically, I live really close to the Malaysian rainforest, and the studio I have now is up in the attic, and also on two sides very open, actually on three sides very open, so that it's great for writing music. It's not great for mix downs because there's so many outside noise, right? That, as I always say, the jungle never shuts up. And my setup is quite minimal. I have just a little bit of hardware, and mainly I'm working because I'm traveling a lot, so I'm working inside the computer. Ableton Live is my studio. So the place I'm in Malaysia definitely influences my music a lot. There's also quite a few musicians in Malaysia I constantly work with. We recently did a beautiful piece together with gamelan musicians. So they were actually playing on instruments which are 200 years old. I mean, gamelan is much older, but the particular setup they were playing on was around 200 years old. And there I was with my Ableton Live setup and a push controller, easily interacting with them, even though I thought, how will this pan out? But it was an amazing experience. I'm pretty much a native Ableton Live user. I don't really use anything else, and I probably nowadays love diving into Wavetable, just simply because it also resonates with me, just the way it looks, the way it seems to allow me to dive deeper into a sound. When you're just starting out, you might have a few idols and you want to just sound like them. But in the end, following that a little bit too hard could cut out a lot of options which you could potentially have. So I think the best thing to do is to listen to a lot of music.